So, about a month and a half ago, I was in Kenya for work, visiting, and on one weekend, our sort of number 2 in charge person, who's a Kenyan woman, took me about 6 hours outside of Nairobi to the small village where she had grown up and where her mother and brothers, 2 brothers still lived, and she had 3 other siblings who came also to introduce me to her family, because it was a big deal. They call there are not many white people out in that part of Kenya. They call them Mzungus when you go, and so it's sort of a big deal when the Mzungu is there, and they wanted to make a big thing of it, and they were extraordinarily sort of generous and welcoming. They didn't have running water it was interesting, they had satellite TV and internet, but no running water, and did have electric power. So it's sort of one of those things that's just in process of what we think of as development. What they had in spades, and to an order of magnitude more than we have in this country, was an enormous sense of community. So people in and out all the time, talking, and the sort of, the social capital index was through the roof. So we sat down to eat, and Marin, my work colleague, and I had been driving for about 6 hours. It was a long way. And to my surprise, one of her family members appeared at our side and held out a container over which we held our hands, and she poured warm water over our hands to wash our hands, because this was a sign of welcome and of acknowledgement of a long trip. And they did that for each other as a family. And I'd never seen that before in a house, sort of, washing each other's hands or feet. Had always been this kind of sort of somewhat strange, arcane ritual in church that was mildly gross, but important to sort of keep it going. But it gave a different meaning to it to me, which is that it's an act of care. It's a way of saying to people that you care for their well-being and you want them to be comfortable, and that you are wanting to do something to show that. And it's notable, I guess people might say nowadays, that when Jesus wanted to send a sort of a final message to the people that he was closest to, this was one of the things that he did with them, to show them that this is what this movement that he was the start of was about. It's about finding ways to show people care and respect and dignity. And when, what I noticed is when one of Marin's family members was washing or pouring water over my hands, there was this sort of mutual ennobling, because yes, they were serving, but to do that, you have to have a lot of class to do that well. And that was part of what I experienced with that too. So here we go. Feel free to come up or not, whatever you're comfortable with. And at the end, we'll say a prayer together, and then what we'll do is we'll take all of the appointments off of the altar so that it's bare tonight and tomorrow on Good Friday.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Susan, do we have another one of these buckets in the back? Can you grab it for me, please? Thank you. Wait.
And then somebody else comes up and does me. Or you can do me, that's fine. By me.
No, Susan has her flip-flops on. You can tell this is an experienced Maundy Thursday person.
It's all for planning. Weeks ago, I made a pedicure appointment.
That's some big features.
Henry's gonna comment on everybody's feet.
Surprisingly not that big.
Look at the oil on that one.
Oh my God. What is that? That's a rare one.
I'd rather be happy than solemn and silent. Yeah. Oh wow, look at the cuticles on this one.
Speaking of pedicure, my wife is like, you got it. So, maybe tomorrow.
You can tell you got one at church. Well, we're doing a fresh towel for everybody.
Are we?
Yeah. And we don't want to spread Henry features.
Good.
So am I, but you know.
Not so much. Kids not so much.
Now, doesn't he wash now?
Yeah, you do Lisa. Yep. And then Lisa, you got the next person.
Yes. Can you get between your toes? You gotta watch out for those people who tickle too, right?
Yeah, that's.
These are used and these are
Yeah.
What smells good? What's in it?
frankincense and myrrh.
That is green tea soap from Penny.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
The church smelled good. It was like almost like
That's what it is.
oh, I didn't think so. I thought they had it back, but it smelled like almost like they were burning incense or something. Which I don't think they were, but. All right.
Get those pinkies in there. It's nice and warm. You'll like it. Feels good. One at a time here, so. Let's get this one. There you go. All right, bud.
You return the favor with all the baby bags, right?
Which one of those has a bunion on it?
Did you build up
Well, it just like, he made it look like
You gotta dry both feet.
Yeah.
She's got two.
Okay, here. Okay, good.
Well done, man. Don't everybody come up at
I
once.
know, are we done? Okay. I'm walking away, I'm gonna put my shoes on.
Lisa doesn't bite too hard.
I don't. I know, I'm
Okay, we have
good.
another.
Yeah. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna swap out the water.
Oh, okay.
That's why I brought it fresh.
Doing fresh.
I'll be right back. Hang on.
You get nice for hot water. Not either. You're old. No water.
Don't tell anyone. It's the water that's Footwashing. Here we have our previously prepared hot water. No, you get the full treatment.
That's right.
We're not
Very good
we're
start.
not half donkeying this.
It's hot. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Some suds in there. Too thickly. I know, right? I promise I'll dry your feet, not like Alex did.
There is something about washing somebody else's feet that's just, it's a different sort of thing.
It
Like,
is.
it's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing, it's just, it's different. It's kind of intimate in a way.
What's really happening is when you dry your feet with your hair.
Henry,
Yeah, you're gonna wipe, yeah.
yeah, I tried to grow it out, but my wife said no. So.
It's deep. Oops. Oh, well.
Oh. So.
He said, don't put it in the water.
I'll take responsibility.
Anyone else? No, I really want to. Do it.
Sure.
I have tights on.
That would be awkward. Excuse me.
That is true, but then
The piece is here.
Yeah.
So now things sort of take a turn in a different direction because we'll finish the rest of the service, we'll say a prayer together and finish the rest of the service in silence and remember that this night, in addition to a night of enjoying the privilege of being with each other, is also a night when we remember that Jesus and so many millions and millions and millions of people suffer unspeakable cruelty and abandonment and abuse, and how wrong that is. And it's important tonight to remember that suffering and not to turn away from it. Hard and unpleasant though that is a part of being human, and we need to do that. So if you'd like, in the red prayer book on page 274, there's a short back and forth sort of extended poem that we'll say together, and I'll read the part that's in, or actually, why don't we have, do it a slightly different way. We can have the men read the lines that are in bold in regular type, and the women read the lines that are in italics, starting right down at the bottom of page 274. So the men in the regular type and the women in the italicized type. The Lord Jesus, after he had supped with his disciples and had washed their feet, said to them, "Do you know what I, your Lord and Master, have done to you? I have given you an example that you should do as I have done."
Peace is my last gift to you. My own peace I now leave with you. Peace which the world cannot give, I give to you.
I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you.
Peace is my last gift to you. My own peace I now leave with you. Peace which the world cannot give, I give to you.
By this shall the world know that you are my disciples, that you have love for one another. So if anybody who would like can come up, and we'll take the different books and altar cloths and everything into the sacristy so that the altar is completely bare. And Susan, will you be in the sacristy to sort of show us where we should put things? Does that make sense? Doesn't.
Lisa, can you just see that?
The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. It's heavy. Lisa, you'll take the bishop's chair back there, right?
Wait, oh.
Okay.
This is.
No, we still have more of them. These are clean though.
And let's stand and we'll say together the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll walk out together in silence. Our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, and the power,